Okay, so this is 9.2 A. Questions number 7 and 11. So number 7, the vector is 2, 7, and the vector v is 3, 1. Okay, so first you're supposed to find the dot product. So u dot v. So that is the multiplication of the first entries plus the multiplication of the second entries. So this is going to be 6 plus 7 or 13. That's the dot product. All right. Now, the next part is, that was part A. The next part is find the angle between them. So the cosine of theta is equal to the dot product over the magnitudes multiplied together. All right, so we should probably just say x. It doesn't really matter. Let's not use x, but that's what we're going to start with for the moment. So the dot product is 13. Now the magnitude of each. So the square root, remember the magnitude is your Pythagorean theorem type of issue. So u would be 2 squared plus 7 squared. All right, and then multiplied by the other magnitude of v, 3 squared plus 1 squared. All right, so that will be 13 over 4 plus 49 is the square root of 53, and 9 plus 1 is 10. So the cosine of theta is equal to 13 over the square root of 530. Okay, and to get theta, you have to take the arc cosine of that value, 13 over the square root of 530. And you get, and that is 55.6 degrees. And it says round to the nearest degree, so this would be 56 degrees. Should be that in the back of your book. Okay, so now move that up, and we'll do number 11. Kind of the same way here. 11 is, let's see, u is negative 5j. So as a component form, we're going to write that as 0 and negative 5. So remember, it's I plus j is your typical form. And then v is negative I minus square root of 3j. So the component form would be negative 1 and negative square root of 3. And we do the process the same again. So part A is u dot v. So we multiply 0 and negative 1, we get 0, and we add the multiplication of negative 5 and negative square root of 3, so it'd be positive 5 square root of 3. So the dot product is 5 square root of 3. Part B, cosine of theta is equal to the magnitude, the cross product, 5 square root of 3, over the magnitude of u would be the square root of 0 squared plus negative 5 squared. Times, not plus, the square root of negative 1 squared plus negative square root of 3 squared. All right, so 5 over square root of 3. Negative 5 squared is 25. The square root of 25 is 5. And the right square root is negative 1 squared is 1. Negative square root of 3 squared is just 3. And that's the square root of 4. So it's going to be 5 times 2. So 5 square root of 3 over 10, which is the square root of 3 over 2. And we should know what the cosine of theta is at square root of 3 over 2. Where's the x value? And if you didn't know, you can use your calculator. Where's the x value? The long leg. So the x value is the long leg positive at 30 degrees. So we can just say that's 30 degrees. And that is number 7 and 11. Okay, so now I'm going to add number 23 to this list here. 23. If you hear some music in the background, my phone's on hold for something. 23, your vector u is 2, 1. Vector v is 1, negative 3. and that's all we need for 23. 23 wants vector u plus v times vector u minus v. Okay, well, u plus v would be 2 plus 1, and the 1 meaning in that position, 2 plus 1 in the x position, and then the y position's 1 plus negative 3. Okay, so u plus v is going to be 3, negative 2. And then you're going to do a dot product with u minus v. So again, that's going to be 2 minus 1 in the x position and the 1 minus a negative 3 in the y position. So 2 minus 1 is 1, and 1 minus a negative 3 is 4. Now dot product, 3 times 1 is 3, negative 2 times 4 is negative 8. So that answer would be negative 5.